All right, so we have a new set of problems here. This is the instruction here is to assume to factor these expressions. Okay, so this does not have equal signs, right? So that means these are just expressions. So therefore, we just need to factor them out. Okay, so we have four problems here. I'd like you to observe, compare, and contrast each one of these. So the number 7 has three terms. This is a trinomial. Number 8 is also a trinomial. It has three terms as well. I'm sorry. Number 9 and number 10 are both binomials. So just remember when you have binomials, you're not going to be able to use this method, the big X method, where you have C here, A, and then find two numbers that will multiply to C, not A but B, and that will add to B. So this only works for trinomials. Okay, so that's for 7 and 8. But for number 9 and number 10, since they are binomial, most likely this is gonna be GCF or after and or. So this is and or. You could also do difference of two squares. Okay, difference of two squares. All right. And then, of course, with a trinomial, you could also use GCF. GCF is always the first thing that you need to check. All right. But before you start working, just have it in the back of your brain that if it's trinomial, GCF first, and then see what are the AC method. And then if it's binomial, GCF first, and then see if it's a difference of two squares. All right. Okay, so let's look at number 7. So let's check for GCF. Well, there's no GCF, so we can go right ahead and put C here and then B here. All right, so let's erase that because it's just all over the place. Okay, so let's do this. So we have negative 42, and then you have negative 11. What two numbers will multiply to negative 42 but will add to negative 11? Okay, so 42 is, what are the factors of 42? We have 7 times 6, 21 times 2, uh, guess times something times 3, 14. I think 14 times 3. All right, well, if we have 14 times 3, since this is a negative, then when you add opposite signs, that's gonna be 11. So we're gonna have negative 14 here and then 3 here. All right, so negative 14 times 3 is negative 42. Check. Negative 14 plus 3, that's negative 11. Check. Okay, so therefore your factors here are x minus 14, and x plus 3. Okay, we're good with that. Now, next, let's move on to number 8. Is there a GCF on number 8? No GCF, so therefore, well, let's do this. Negative 90 here, and then positive 1 here. Okay, negative 90 being your C, the constant, and 1 being the coefficient of your x. All right, so now let's prepare our two parentheses for the factors. All right, what are factors of 90? Well, we have 2 times 45. So right now I'm really just thinking about two factors, and I'll just worry which ones would be the signs, right? Now, if this is negative here, that means these two numbers needs to be subtracted and the difference should be 1. That's just me thinking out loud. It could be 3 times 30 also, 6 times 15. You have 9 times 10. And then, of course, 1 times 90. Those are the factors that I can think of, okay? So since this is, again, negative 90, which one of these will have a difference of 1? Oh, did I? Okay, so this one right here, the difference here is going to be 43. No, not that one. The difference here is going to be 27. Not that one. Difference here is 9. Difference here is 1. Oops. There you go. There's 1. So that means I just have to worry which one is positive and which one is negative. So I'm going to choose 10 is positive and 9 as negative, because when I do that, like, look, if I do negative 10 and positive 9, when I multiply, that's going to be negative 90. But when I add, it'll give me negative 1. So that's why it's going to end up being wrong. So therefore, I will switch the signs, right? So my 10 will be my positive 10 and 9 will be negative. Double check every single time. 9 times negative 9 10 times negative 9 is negative 90. All right, that's good. 10 plus negative 9 is positive 1. So that's good. So therefore, your factors are x plus 10 and x minus 9. All right, number 9, this is binomial. So check for GCF. Do we have a GCF? Yes, that's going to be x, whichever has the smallest exponent of x in all the terms that you have. So that's going to be x. So x squared divided by x, you subtract the power. This exponent here is 1. So x squared divided by x, that's going to be x. And then 9x divided by 9 divided by x, that's just going to be x. And that's it. You cannot factor this one anymore. So this is the final pair of factors. All right, number 10, check for GCF. Is there? Yes, there is. X again. So this is going to be, not 6. Okay, for the x part, it's going to be x. But between 6 and 12, you also have 6 as the GCF. So therefore, the final GCF is 6x. So 6x squared divided by 6x, that's going to be x, yes. All right. And then 12x divided by 6x is going to be 2. All right. So these are your final set of factors. Now, always double check the one in parentheses. Can you factor them some more? Because if you can, then you should. But in this case, that's it.